For the past month, I have been following Team USA Volleyball as they compete all around the world in the Volleyball Nations League. This week, I was in Ottawa, Canada, and got to see players like Eric Shoji, TJ DeFalco, Micah Christensen, and Matt Anderson as they took on some of the best volleyball nations in the world. One of those nations in specific being Italy, and the setter Simone Gianelli for Italy is my favorite volleyball player of all time. I was so excited about the opportunity to see him play in person, and you will be shocked about what happened in the Team USA versus Italy volleyball match. Make sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe, because someday you might get a chance to meet me in person, just like these hundreds of subscribers did. With all of that being said, let's get into the video.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another PME volleyball video. We are in leg 4 of my 7-week long journey around the world. For this week, we are going to be in Ottawa, Canada, following the men's Team USA volleyball team. I just got a chance earlier to look at their roster, and pretty much their entire Olympic team that they're going to be taking to Paris later this summer is all here, ready to ball out, have a great week. I'm super excited. First things first, if you guys didn't hear from my last video, my suitcase was missing. I don't really know how it all works with airports getting luggage through the airplanes and like onto connecting flights and such, but supposedly in that process my bag was lost. I pretty much have none of my clothes, none of my toiletries, and none of my essentials besides the cameras that I carry in my backpack. So what we have to do before we have the Team USA match later today is we need to go head out into the city of Ottawa, hopefully find a department store, pick up some clothes, some other essentials, as well as go eat breakfast because I haven't had breakfast yet this morning. So it's going to be a great week full of great adventures, and I can't wait to take you guys along with me. Let us be on our way. First stop of the day is Canadian Starbucks, which, if I have my facts right, is the same exact thing as American Starbucks, just in Canada. So we're gonna go check that out, see what they got. Maybe it's different. I'm betting it's not, because we are neighbors after all. So off to Canadian Starbucks. As you can see, we've made it to the Canadian Starbucks. It's spelt a little differently here, pronounced Tim Hortons, but that is just the land of Canada, I guess. We're gonna go in. I'm expecting their menu to be a little bit different from what I'm used to in the United States of America, but hopefully I'm gonna be able to pick up a coffee and maybe a pastry, something light to enjoy for breakfast on this beautiful 77-degree day in downtown Ottawa, Canada. All right, now that we have finished up our Canadian Starbucks adventures, it's time to go get some clothes. Let us be on our way. Canada, eh?
After finishing my Canadian Starbucks, I started the walk over to the department store that I found on Apple Maps. I was hoping that this place would have at least enough options for me to pick out 1 or 2 outfits. The streets of Ottawa, Canada made this walk pretty delightful. I must say, this really is a beautiful city. Once we finally made it to the store, it was up to me to walk up and down the aisles, finding all of the clothes that I think would make for a good fit. The first thing that I absolutely needed to grab was a t-shirt. I explored my many options and then finally settled on one that I thought would look good.
Honestly, for 15 Canadian US dollars, this might be the one. Let's grab it.
Next up, we needed a pair of shorts. As you might have been able to tell from my other videos posted on this channel, I really just like wearing black plain shorts. There's just something about them that makes it so easy to pick them out in the morning because they literally match everything. So I found a pair of black Canadian board shorts that would fit the bottom half of my outfit. Next up on the list, I needed a pair of shoes. I think it would have been frowned upon if I showed up to the venue in slides, so I needed to find a pair of closed-toed shoes that would be more appropriate for this environment. I'm not gonna lie to you, there weren't a lot of options for my shoe size, and definitely not a lot of good options. I finally settled on this pair of Hey Dudes that I believed would match my outfit the best. After grabbing the 3 main items for the fit, I needed some socks and underwear, which, if we're being honest, those were the things I needed the most. And once I had found everything that would complete my shopping trip, it was time to check out, pay for everything, and head back to the hotel and try on my fit. The total for everything that I bought came to around $110, which honestly was not too bad. I felt pretty confident about my fit and thought that it would make do until I would be reunited with my suitcase.
Lady, hear me tonight, 'cause I'm feeling What's up, guys? As you can see, I have picked up the fit that we picked up today at the department store. I'm hoping that maybe by today there's a chance that my suitcase does come, because since it was left in Toronto, it's only about a 40-minute plane ride from Toronto to Ottawa, Canada. So there is a chance that I will be getting it today and won't have to go to that Canadian Marshalls every day of the week to pick up a new fit, because that would be a lot of work. Honestly, I'm kind of rocking with it. The shoes are probably my favorite part of the outfit. Something about them, I think they look nice. My cameraman said they were ugly. I'm rocking with them. We're gonna pack up my backpack, get everything ready, and head over to the venue for day 1 of leg 4. Let's get it. Tonight, we have Team USA taking on the nation of Italy, and this one is a special one for me because Italy has one of my favorite volleyball players in the entire planet. His name is Simone Gianelli. He is the setter for the nation of Italy, and he's just the guy I've looked up to for years now. I've tried to model some of the aspects of my game around him, watching him play. It'll be super exciting for me to be able to see him play in person today, and I absolutely cannot wait for it. Both of these teams have very excellent setters, USA and Micah Christensen, and Italy and Gianelli. As you can see, the gym is pretty much completely empty right now. We're gonna wait about an hour and a half for the game to actually start. The players are gonna be arriving soon, getting their warm-ups in, and then we're gonna hop straight into the action. Let's get it.
And ladies and gentlemen, it was finally here, the volleyball match that I was probably looking most forward to on my trip up until this point. When I first really started to get serious about volleyball at around 16 years old, Simone Gianelli was the volleyball setter that I watched non-stop highlights of. It became a routine habit for me after volleyball practice to search on YouTube Simone Gianelli setting highlights, and I would watch numerous compilations of him setting the volleyball. What was so interesting to me about Gianelli was the fact that he was a 6'7" setter. I don't know about you, but I don't believe 6'7" setters grow on trees. So when you have a volleyball player that's that tall and can set beautifully, you're more or less likely to have a pretty successful volleyball career. One of my favorite aspects about his game is how offensive he can be as a setter. Being an offensive setter is classified by using the second touch to score on your own, rather than set the volleyball. And Gianelli is opposing teams' worst nightmares because it makes the blocker's job so difficult. I was definitely hoping that throughout the match he would just go up and hit a couple, because as a setter myself, selfishly, that is my favorite thing to do in volleyball. As both teams were finishing up their warm-ups, it was time for the match to begin. And here were some of my favorite Gianelli plays throughout that match. After a long and hard-fought battle, Italy was in striking distance of victory in the 4th set. With a few-point lead, they were in serve-receive with a chance to put the game away. And here's what happened. After the match had concluded and Italy was crowned victorious, I found a couple hundred PME fans who had taken a school trip to watch the game. And I don't know if this was the smartest move or not, but I went in there to take photos and hang out with them. And what followed was complete madness. This is crazy, Mac.
So, this is Grace and Vivian from Ottawa Mavericks. So, how does it feel to be super famous?
You know, it just feels like living normal life just with people knowing what I'm doing every day. So
How has
I have
it?
a question. What club do you play for? Like,
I used to play for the Academy of Long Island. I'm in college now.
Oh, so do you play college?
Yes, I play for a college team.
And you're the setter?
Correct.
Are you a starting setter?
I thought
Yes.
you lived in Ontario.
Anyways, how does it feel to be in Ontario, Ottawa?
Canada is very nice. These people are very lovely.
We're very nice people. That's literally our whole thing. Okay, ask another question.
How many people have come up to you?
A lot.
Are you nervous you look bad in the pictures?
No, it's just what I look like. I can't help it.
That's true. We got a confident king right here. Any other questions? No. Okay, thank you. Okay, bye.
What's up, guys? Post-match PME here. If you take a look behind me, that is the place I was looking for. We found a Canadian McDonald's, gonna give it a taste. What I've realized here about Canada is these are some of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. Like, I have not had a single interaction with somebody who doesn't genuinely just feel like they are happy to be alive. So shout out to you Canadian people for being awesome. You have been great hosts so far in this leg of the trip. Let us make our way inside the Canadian McDonald's and see what they got in the menu, get some food, try some things, and see how it compares to its American counterpart. Let's cross the street and give it a try. Cameraman decided to be safe and not run across the road like an idiot, so props to him. Bag has been secured. We're gonna walk back to the hotel, give everything a taste. Right off the bat, I have a pretty promising feeling about what we got. The only other place that we have had a McDonald's in that was a different country on this trip so far was Brazil. That was week one of our adventures. We tried Brazilian McDonald's, and now we get a chance to try Canadian McDonald's. Super excited for this opportunity. I'm almost excited as I was for the Team USA Italy match earlier to eat to eat Canadian McDonald's. So we're gonna make the short commute back to our hotel room, give it a try. Wow, life is good. Let's get going. All right, let's go through everything that we got. First up, the biggest chocolate milkshake you have ever seen in your life. This thing is almost the size of my head, completely filled to the brim with chocolate deliciousness. I think the chocolate milkshakes at McDonald's are one of the best things that they bring to the table. So we gotta see how the Canadian one holds up. Let's give it a taste. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the most delicious chocolate shake I've ever had in my life. Sorry, I'm getting like emotional. It is so good. The chocolate flavor is just so rich and so creamy. It's not too overpowering. Canada, give yourselves a round of applause. You have done it. That is a 11 out of 10 milkshake for our first Canadian McDonald's item. That is the best chocolate milkshake I've ever had in my life. In fact, I think from this point on, I will be walking to the Canadian McDonald's every day and getting a chocolate milkshake because that is just pure perfection right there. I don't even know what else to tell you guys. I literally almost started crying because of how delicious it was. Okay, next up. I think we're just starting with the desserts, and that's okay, we'll work backwards. But we have a brownie cookie. That's what they advertise this as. It's a cookie that is also a brownie. The McDonald's that we were in had like a whole bakery section with donuts and some other muffins and pastries. And this is what stood out to me, a brownie slash cookie. I really like brownies. I'm not the biggest fan of cookies, but we're gonna give the brownie cookie a try. Here we go. I think a more appropriate name for that cookie would be like a double chocolate cookie, because it really just tastes like a double chocolate cookie. Still pretty good. We'll give that a 6.5 out of 10. If there's one food that Canada is probably best known for, it is their poutine. I have not yet had the opportunity to have some authentic Canadian poutine. And I know that this is nowhere near the authentic product, but later on this trip, we're definitely gonna have to find a spot that sells some of the good stuff. But we're gonna have to settle for this for now. So let's open that up and give it a taste. Cheers. So I could see how poutine could taste pretty good, because I think the idea is there. In the McDonald's version, I'm not gonna lie, it's not super good necessarily, but it's not terrible tasting. We'll give that like a 4.5 out of 10. Okay, next up we have the large McDonald's French fries. These are just the normal ones, the non-poutine version of a French fry. There's two things that McDonald's are probably famous for. It's the golden brown arches and their French fries. So let's hop in, give it a taste. No real significant difference, I would say, from the American ones, but really delicious, super salty. We did walk back to the hotel, so they're not as hot as they could be, but if they were hot, they'd be a 10 out of 10, but right now I'd say they're like an 8.5 out of 10. Really good French fries right here. And last but not least, we have the main course that we picked up, which is a bacon double cheeseburger with some sort of Parmesan cheese sauce, I think is on there. And it said it was a new item on their menu. Definitely something I've never seen before, so you know we had to give it a try. Let's give it a taste. The only way I really know how to describe this is it just tastes like more authentic food compared to the stuff you get in America. But for their McDonald's anyways, it does taste fresher and more authentic than something that you find in America. That's a pretty delicious burger right there, and I'm gonna give that burger a 9 out of 10. And that concludes trying out some Canadian McDonald's foods. I'll probably be back, if not for anything, a milkshake, because that milkshake was absolutely delicious. I'm gonna get to eating my Canadian McDonald's here, and that about wraps up the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to leave a like, it helps me out a ton. Comment down below if there are any Canadian foods that you think I should try, because I will say I do love me some good food, and if you got a spot that you think I should check out before I leave, definitely let me know. Make sure to subscribe if you're new, and I will catch you guys in the next VNL video. Peace.